team turret has been destroyed.
Monster kill.
Red team turret has been destroyed.
The game.
Red team
Okay.
turret
So
has
back
been
to the game.
destroyed.
Lord is out. And oh, a godlike for meat out there from the set of KOF, but gets the shutdown from Momo. Okay, quite the overextension coming in from the side of Team KOF, despite the map dominance that they got.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you can see that probably they are on a coordination to do something well. I guess some goal or lead goes to Team Blue Royal Manipur right now, and as you can see that they are gaining more goal than the red team. And right there's a take going on.
Yep. Lucas will be the first one to fall down in the hands of Team KOF. Goes for more. The Iron Hook is there, suppressed. Coming in as well, Biju Hunter will be getting taken down, but Luha Gorom will be risking out his life for 2 kill 2 for 1 trade. Quite a good trade coming in from the side of Royal Manipur, and the goal lead though still at a 2k.
Yes, they're in they're good in keeping up with their teams, and right now the red team is picking up the blue teams as they want to make them up for their gold. And right now, as we can see that most differentiate is that the kills are getting wait. There goes the
Yep.
that was a slight move by yep.
But another Iron Hook and Bloody Hunt coming in from Luha Gorom, but Arsuya will be escaping, but not for long, as Hayabusa goes for the Obi Shadow kill, gets a shutdown, and a killing spree in his hands. Lucas popping out his V-Bomb, goes for the Rasengan, but no, he won't be having his kill, but still giving a mega kill on to Momo. Okay, and then Hayabusa trying to go for more chain, enhanced chain coming in from Neek. Going for the shutdown, that is a double kill in his hands, but Pangu will be shutting him down once again. 4 for 2 trade coming in from the side of Team Royal Manipur, and it is looking like that they might be going for a reverse
Blue
sweep.
team turret has been destroyed.
Absolutely. As yes, you can see that they are careful about the wandering around and their purpose to get in the that objectives very well, and they might get the Lord, I guess, cause they are on coordination right now. Wait,
Yep, quite the coordination coming in from the side of Team Royal Manipur. The Lord might be looking for a chance to go onto either of the side. Lord Dance might be coming off, but right now, oh, that was a Suyo XP that we saw, quite interesting. But Meat going on for his position, spots out Kagu, but not the other ones. Lord Fright is getting started. They're just waiting for Momo. Okay, goes for the suppress, and Momo okay will be getting taken down. It has a Ruko, goes for the feathered airstrike to zone out, but another Iron Hook tapped out Veil, but Luha Gorom will be getting taken down in their hands. Now 2 for 1 trade, even though it is the jungler. Sasuke and Naruto just fighting out their way out, but Team KOF, they are forced to get back since they are low on manpower, but Slash might be going for more, but oh my goodness, DTs will be taking the kill in his hands. Ranger is there with his Detonata, onto Kagu with his Rhapsody getting taken down, but Biju Hunter will be taking the Lord in his hands, and our Lucas will be going down as well. Quite a critical moment for the side of Team KOF, as they are in a disadvantage.
was a real move down by a blue team, but still they wanted to take the contested Lord, but they didn't get the back of damage coming out from a clean, and that bell makes the team rope to cover up their HPs and getting low. There goes the Julian. There goes the Julian. And right now the Lord is gonna come into turret, and then there might be a slight chance to get in there.
certainly a slight chance for KOF to survive, but right now Royal Manipur is certain dominance with the flicker. Oh my goodness, Ryuko just taking out our Veil, but the Lord will be popping out one inhibitor. Bottom lane, the Visual Hunter trying to go for more inhibitors, but he will be hooked by our Franco goes for the suppress and he will be getting taken out. He will be getting away, but the base is wide open and Team Royal Manipur takes the victory by coming after an epic
Absolutely.
fight.
That, that was unfortunate. There was an unexpected move from a red team, as probably they they have already have the chance to move in, and they already get the victory about that. Let's see about that. There was a mistake, and it's like they took it off very well.
Certainly, they were patient with their farm, even though they were getting dominated in
Absolutely.
the early phases of the game. They were just patient. They had their farm ready, and they were just waiting for the opportunity to come in. And certainly, All right. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Nodwin Moba Community Cup. This is the fourth match that is happening right now between Team Macro Gap and Team Fright. Onto the caster's desk as well. This is your girl, Ziwo, and we'll be joined by my fellow caster, Isaki. So, how are you doing today?
Let's fight to our heart's
Your
content.
team
I'm
is
fine.
banning.
I'm good. I'm back again, and yeah, we are back again. And I like to excited for this another match. So, how about you?
Magic is
Yep,
my
quite
life.
excited for
Your
the match
team
as
is
well.
banning.
But looking at the team, Team Fried, their names Fried Garlic. There's got a fried paneer as well. There one what they could have made one fried rice as well, but it's making me hungry. But right now, as we speak in the draft, we do see a Lucas as the first ban, and of course the Harriet, despite the nerfs, still on the ban list,
Butterflies
quite
born
dominating
from
the
my
lanes as
vision,
well.
guided
But the
by
Lantern
lantern's light.
Lady as well will be coming in onto the ban list. So, what do you have to say about the bans, Axel?
Sir,
I
what's your
mean, the
command?
ban is
Your team
submitted
is
and it's
banning.
good. The meta, they are going up with the meta picks and they're going to ban a metas, right? Right now, they are
Mhm.
very tactic about these bans. And yeah, let's see about the other ban coming out from a blue team.
Yep, certainly. The heroes are banned for a reason, and all of them are quite annoying to deal with as well. But from the side of Team MG, they are quite gonna be considering because there's still a lot of hero
Let's hear from
movement
the
and a
crowd.
lot of heroes to
Make
get
some
picked up.
noise for
But
yours
they do
truly.
decide to focus on the EXP, ban out the CC. Even the CC is quite counterable. They do not want to face off against a CC, I guess.
They do, yeah. Yeah, CC is quite counterable, but still, yeah, it might be a problem because CC is quite
My tail's been itching for a
not
real
Your
very
fight.
team
good
is picking.
for EX because when it picks to EXP CC, it's quite difficult to keep it up because it's so much so much like what can I say about that? It's difficult to keep him out of his sight and get it has a more damage as potentially.
Yep,
Let's make the
more
whole
damage, but
world
not
Your
suitable
team
ring
is
for the
ring.
picking.
front line. But right now, we're going for the first pick will be a Florin. Given her potential in the mid to late phases of the game,
Test.
first pick
Our fight
Florin
is
is quite
online.
interesting. But there we go, fried garlic, just locking out the alpha. Might be going for maybe tanky heroes on the EXP as well, but oh my god, Urahara locking, maybe hovering around the Dang, locks for
Your
it.
team is
Two
picking.
quite tanky and beefy heroes coming into play.
Absolutely, as the food is quite cooking well. They are going to keep up the flex picks. And right now we can see the blue team as well as they pick the chlorine. I think they're gonna make some of them tanky. Absolutely. They pick the glue.
Yep, yep. Glue dominating, quite climbing on to the leaderboards of the EXP because of his recent rework, right? Looking
Got
quite
one up
interesting,
in my
but oh my
sights.
Your
goodness,
team is
Kimi
picking.
onto side as well. Despite Kimi, she does have a lot of CCs now, but damage-wise, I don't think she is quite commendable around the damage. But yes, for CC and zoning, Kimi is quite great. But the question is she going for a gold lane Kimi or is she going for a mid? As for mid, I think a mid Kimi would work really, really well. But gold lane though, she might be lacking onto the damage compared to the other marksmen, don't you think?
Mm, absolutely. I mean, this pick is quite confused because right now it doesn't have decided yet that they would go to the
This time, the
Your
choice
Yeah,
is
team
mine.
is banning.
still not decided. But Rick on the Xavier. Comfort pick it seems because Xavier is not good. Is not yet quite picked. It's mostly the crowd control mages, but Right now, as a Xavier, yes, his damage potential is quite a lot. And of course, once you get the items necessary for him, he's gonna be dishing out a lot of damage with his
Valor and
with his
royalty in
dawning
a
light.
dead
You can't
body.
forget, if you have temporal rain on him, then it is gonna be quite annoying with his skill spammings as well. But a Leo Mord ban coming in might be a target ban because of this side from the side of Team Fright going on the macro gap, but quite interesting as
Let's
well.
go.
Given the name macro
Your
gap,
team
though,
is banning.
I do hope
Yeah.
their macro is quite good. Otherwise, I don't know. They might be getting gapped as well. The name can go both ways, but an Irithel ban as well, I guess. Quite interesting, but the Granger is still out.
Yep. I'm excited for who's gonna fight the team or who's gonna give up a micro gap. Both teams have a interesting
Come on, Dexter. It's
Your
our
team
showtime.
is banning.
Hmm. Looking at the bans right now,
Always on
the
the way.
Matilda does get
Your
banned
team
out
is
as the
picking.
last. Quite late of a ban, but despite Team Fright not picking out the Matilda, they could have gone for another marksman, maybe the Moskov, to just eliminate the chance of late game potential. But Sicilian is also open, but they won't be picking it out since they already have their mage. Now Badang might be onto the EXP, might be on to the Rome position. We have got to check it out. But Stoner, quite contemplating what hero to pick out. They still have the Romar or the EXP and their marksman left out. Still quite of a time to think, taking your sweet time. Last moment, what hero will it be is the question.
May the
The
blood of
answer
my
would
enemies
be a
flow through
Your
my
team is
Mincetar.
skin.
picking.
Another flex pick coming in from their side, XP or Rome, because Badang and Mincetar, they are both quite flexible. But, Mincetar though, quite interesting as well since there is no dash heroes, but still quite a good pick even if you build him on the sustain, even if you build him onto the attack speed. But oh well, Kimmy seems like she's on the gold. Magic heavy team coming in from the side of Team Macro Gap.
Still waters run deep.
Your team is
Mhm.
picking.
There we go. A Ling as the jungler. Oh, aside from Ling, all the heroes from the side of Team Macro Gap is all magic damage based. Gonna be quite easy for them to get countered because
Pain
of
is the
the
proof that I'm
Radiant
still
and the
alive.
Athena all together as well. But still, gotta be little skeptical about the composition coming in from the side of Team Macro Gap. Although from the side of Team Fright, it is looking quite balanced out. They have the Alpha, they have the Mincetar. Zoning will be quite easy for the side of Team Fright as well. But Dang is there, and for the late game, they have the Brody and the Xavier all together. And Brody going up against the Kimmy. Brody does have quite a bit more of range compared to a Kimmy,
Yep.
so it's gonna be quite
Yep.
interesting as well.
Yep. As a distance, Kimi and Brody might be a bit very difficult counter. Both have a point of range.
Yep, certainly. Looking at the drafts though, which team's draft do you prefer, Isaki?
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them.
For that to be found out later, but right now, into the land of dawn. This is gonna be a best of one series between Team Macro Gap and Team Fright, and already looking at the laning phases, quite skeptical about the Kimi on the Brody going against the Brody, but a Purify getting picked out for the Mincetar, and Valir already has his natural Purify with his ult, so gonna be throwing out the Fireball and purifying himself as well, but Glue, he's just, surprisingly, Kimi is going up against a Brody quite well, but right now top lane Blue is gonna be coming out the lane, so it's gonna be quite hard. But Fright Garlic is well getting interrupted around the farm, interrupting himself maybe, but although Ling is out there farming himself, still focus onto the gold lane because there is a Brody. The damage output is gonna be quite big compared to a Kimi. So Sifton on that Florin going for a Badang. Ling is out there. He does have his level 4, but it won't be using his Tempest of Blade, saving it for later. First one to go will be Urahara on the Badang. And it does seem like Mincetar is on to the EXP. Quite of a loss for the side of Team Fright, but Macro Gap just out there dominating, starting to dominate the game, and with the spawning of the turtle, it might just go on and on. But as of now, Fright Paneer going for maybe around the bush check, but misses out the spear hook coming in from his side. Orcado about to get his level 4 altogether, maybe going for an ambush onto Fried Garlic because the turtle is running out soon. Goes for the zoning, Orca right there, followed up by Ling trying to go for Fried Garlic. Presses out the Sparrow of Alpha and the Slap coming in from Blue as well, but Satan will be taking the kill onto Fright, and of course a Tempest of Blades used defensively, but things calling from Fright Paneer out. And Kimi's ult as well, just CCing out everyone, but not much to an advantage because they do not have their early game damage. Although there is Radagast onto that Valir, they still need their items out, and since 4 out of 5 of them are magic dependent, they need to get their farm up. However, for now the turtle is getting delayed, but there we go. Year is around the turtle, might be going for the turtle soup, goes for the cabbage first, but Rick trying to zone out, followed up by Urahara, goes for the fist break, gets his kill onto the Valir. Stoner might be getting taken out as well, but he will still be flickering out from the massacre, and turtle going in has a year, and oh my goodness, and a King's Calling coming in from Fried Paneer, and the Slap coming in as well, but Orca will be getting away, but oh my goodness, the Tempest of Blades by Ling onto the back line, but no Brody. He does have his ult, and the Dawning Light as well will be getting away, but Orca gets caught up in between. Kimi getting his Feather of Heaven will be starting to deal the damage, but 3-4 score right now, and a 1-for-1 trade coming in from 1-for-none trade coming in from the side of Team Macro Gap, and of course Orca might be in danger as Badang gets out the fist wall, and the fist break will be getting taken down. 3-for-5 now the score, but still goal lead in the hands of Team Macro Gap, and still leading by 700 gold, not much, but still out.
Yes. As I'm back, and I can see that there is quite going on with the red team, and as blue team is engaging a lot from pressuring the red team.
Pressure getting onto the red team, Team Fright in this case, but Stoner looking around for the bush, might be going for a little engage onto Nagumo, but still he's quite far away, although Spear of Alpha getting baited out from the side of Fried Garlic, but still around the cabbage, a fight might erupt as Kimi goes for the ult, goes for more and more engaged, but fist break coming in from Badang right there with the dawning light. Satan will be getting taken down, followed up by Fried Garlic. Gorka takes that kill, but onto the back line, Urahara cut low, Brody as well, flickering out, but in the hands of his own enemy, and will be getting taken out. 1 for 3 trade coming in from the side of Team Fright, and Turtle in the hands of Team Macro Capital. And seems like the bottom lane turret will be getting taken down in the hands of Macro Gap again, but Urahara might be getting caught up with the slap coming in from Blue. Orca just trying to get away from the slap, gets out in successfully, and of course onto the top lane though, off camera kill. Fright Paneer gets taken down in the hands of Hanier. Now with the bottom lane turret gone, their focus is onto the mid lane. Kimi out there just doing her damage, getting out the turret. Uga gets successfully pops it out, and Urahara once again caught really low as well, but the fireball blast coming in from Radagast just zoning them out, getting them away. Brody might be caught up in the hands of Orca right there, but he does decide to get back. And of course, top lane focus by Ling out there, although he does need to be around the team fight. It is not quite happening, but it is good as long as they take their objectives. Fright Paneer just out there abandoning his lane, but right now Fried Garlic gets baited out with the Spear of Alpha once again. Orca going for the chase, but Rick is there to have the zone, to have him get away from going near any of his teammates. Now still a goal lead of a 4k goal lead in the hands of Team Macro Gap, just gaping out Team Fright, frying them out, cooking Team Fright out there with the garlic, with the paneer all together. Sounds really good and sounds really tasty as well. But right now, third turtle will be spawning in onto the bottom lane, although there are 5 seconds on the clock for it to evolve into the Lord, but they will still be going for the turtle. Top lane, Team Fright going for the trade by popping up top lane turret. Too late to focus there by Team Macro Gap, but still better late than never. Fright Paneer gets caught up in Kimi's ult, goes for the King's Calling and the Despair of Alpha as well, but both of them will be getting taken down. Radagast caught really low, but Urahara goes for the conceal play, goes after Radagast, but he will be getting away with the help of his teammates. But Stoner might be marking onto Nagumo, will not be successful, but oh my goodness, Stoner will be getting taken down. Nagumo caught by Urahara as well, but once again, double kill in the hands of Hanier, and that is a 1 for 2 trade coming in from the side of both teams. And right now, the top lane tier 2 turret is looking quite hard for them, but an invade coming in by 2 people. Spear of Alpha connecting pretty beautifully, and the Tempest of Blaze as well. Orca gets the killing spree on the Fright Garlic, but Paneer has a flicker out because of all the massacre getting on to himself. But well, really big of a macro gap coming in from the side of Team MG, just dominating the whole map. And of course, Urahara going for more despite the gold disadvantage that they have. Not quite something that you should be doing right now. In my case, Radagast got caught with the King's Calling and the hook coming in from Fright Paneer. Quite good, but not enough, as Nagumo gets taken down as well. Now Team Fright, they are trying their best to get back onto the game, catching whoever that they can find and segregating as well. Now on to the top lane, the Lord is about to spawn soon, and we do see Team MG focusing themselves on to around the Lord, maybe going for a Lord fight, but quite quite low on manpower compared to Team Fright right now. Going for more engage, might be going for a contest, but everyone from the side of Team MG is almost near the Lord. Goes for starts around the Lord, but just to poke. And Fright Pioneer might be getting caught up as the slap coming in from Glue as well. Gets away from the King's Calling, pops out Stoner's ult as well, but successfully defending themselves while Ling is onto the top lane going for the inhibitor. Since he has a lot of mobility, he can still get out of any dire situations around the team fight, but right on time to take that Lord, retreat out, and get to secure the Lord onto their own side. More and more pressure for the side of Team Fright right now. Dawning Light used up just to stack up. But Fright Paneer, oh my goodness, gets caught quite out away from his teammates. Not something that you should be doing right now, because the Lord is about to march down from the bottom lane towards the side. At this point, you should be quite backing down, waiting for the Lord to come so that you are able to defend that Lord. But right now, it is not looking great as Ling jumps in, goes for the Tempest of Blades onto Rick, gets out in his hands. And, oh, 3 people down. That is 3 people down once again, but the Hunter does get out, but still the Lord is marching around the base. Now Kumo onto the backline as well, but still, okay, might be an end as a Macro Gap takes the victory in their hands. Now the name does suit Macro Gap really well, trying out Team Fright, cooking them away from the cooking them away around the whole game as well, even though I was quite skeptical about a full 4 magic heavy members for the side of Team Macro Gap. It is still quite great that they were able to have it quite up, and Team Fright just got fried throughout the whole match. They were not able to get the upper hand at all despite having early game heroes. Fright Paneer out there just trying his best, hooking everyone with his spear, and the King's Calling was on point as well, but there was no backup. And for Stoner as well, he was quite struggling around the Kimmy. Could have used a little more help from the side of Team Fright, but did not get that on point. And Ling as well, he needed someone to choke him down, but that was not the case as well. And Florian just providing all the heals that is needed. So quite a good macro gameplay coming in from the side of Team Macro Gap, gapping everyone out in this current match. So it was quite an interesting match to see, but we do have 4 more matches coming in after this. But for now, before we move on, this will be your caster Zero and Isaki. He's there, he's definitely there, and we will both be signing off.
Hey guys, it's me, your host for tonight's game, Mommy Gwen. I've been trying to help the community grow by managing and moderating a few squad, but it's my first time casting a game. Hope you all will enjoy this upcoming matches with me while I cast. Yay! And today, I've been joined by the man who have been seen helping shape sports a lot in India, none other than Roots Official, who will be my partner tonight. So let's welcome him. Hello, Roots.
Hello, Gwen.
Yeah,
Hi,
hi.
Gwen. What's up? And thank you for the beautiful introduction. And guys, like you can see, of course, I've been joined by the beautiful Gwen herself, as we call it, Mommy Gwen. And boy, she's a mommy. But for now, we have two of the big teams competing. In fact, these two teams are kind of underdogs, but at the same time, they have started to make a name for themselves. So it will be interesting to see how these two teams are going to square off here. So we know these teams a little bit,
Sir,
mommy, but
let's
we have to
begin. Your
see
team
what
has been
they are going to
eliminated.
bring to the table as well. For
Yeah,
now, let's go into the drafting phase, and we will take a look at it as
Your
well.
team has
How these two
failed.
teams are going to perform. Mommy Gwen, what do you usually play? Tell us in the audience. What do
so
you play?
me, my main,
Yeah,
it's Sicilian, obviously. And then
that's good.
Leslie,
Hmm.
there's Dyrod, Alpha, and a
Wow.
few. Like, I do play supports, but when I first started playing the game, I was spamming Tigreal. Yeah.
I see. So you are a multi-rolled person. That is great because you can give us out the insights of a lot of roles and how the players
Mhm.
are playing it.
And
Uh,
the only thing
Let
that I
me.
can't play, yeah,
Yeah,
the only role that I can't play is the assassin. Oh my God.
I see. Well, being a former assassin player myself, I'll give some inputs about that. But let me introduce the teams here. It is going to be Team DRX on the blue side,
Okay.
and it is going to be accompanied
Who's
by
picking?
Megatron Esports on the red side. As we can see from the bands and the drafting itself, the Matilda has already been picked up by DRX, and that means this is going to be important because the Matilda with the highest mobility and the sustainability is going to be a threat. They have banned out the Selena, the Angela, as well as the Florine. Oh my god, those are some bans right there. And here it comes that Megatron has banned out the Sicilian, the Fanny, and the Nathan. I mean, those are three very proper bands, very favorite bands, in fact. The Angela ban is pretty funny, isn't it, Gwen?
Yeah, I know, right? I mean,
Butterflies
does anyone
born
from
as I
Megatron
wish to be guided
Angela?
by lanterns light.
Hopefully not, because we want to see something competitive, and they won't be able to spam Angela now. So let's see how it goes. The Hanzo has been picked up really early. I mean, Hanzo with the Matilda, that seems to be a deadly combination. I mean, not only can the Hanzo escape through his ultimate, now he has the Matilda as well to save his ass. So it is going to be interesting to see. Do you like Hanzo in general, Gwen?
Who, me? Personally, yeah, I like Hanzo more than. Obviously, I do like Haya, but you know the stories between Kagura, Haya,
Yeah.
Hanzo,
Who do you
and
support in
Hanabi.
that
Well,
story?
see, as for me, I play Hanabi. I'm like she's my main as well, so obviously I'll yeah
Ooh.
Hanzo.
I see. So Hanzo is is your choice. I see. Very, very handsome indeed, isn't he?
I know, right? But okay, let's not compare him with Balvin.
For me though, I was a player, and I do love Kagura. Not gonna lie, but yeah, Hanabi is such a sweet girl. Can't really
Yeah.
say anything
Oh my
about
God,
that. For
she's my
now
main.
though,
Chivalry is dead.
we can see that we are halfway past the draft, and we can already see that the three picks have been picked by both the teams: the Zushin, the Clint, as well as the Badang. I mean, talk about front to back composition. We can see already how dangerous this can be. If there is nobody to catch the back line, it will be tough. The Zask pick, however, is really, really, I mean, that's astounding to be honest. What do you think, Mommy Gwen? Does the Zask work out nowadays?
Yeah, like recently I've been spamming him. like 1-2 matches, and he ain't that bad. I mean, not exactly in the
Let's
meta,
go.
but
Your
yeah.
team is banning.
As for here,
Time to
I
drop
see.
the beat of the flag.
I mean, is this Ask like, did it get buffed? Because a lot of people have been playing Zask recently, even in ranked games.
maybe I think so, or
I see. The Joy being banned is great because that means the Soyu is out on the table. I mean, the only other jungler who kind of counters the Soyu is the Alpha, and
Let's
that
fight to
Alpha
our
is not
heart's
quite
yeah.
good in this meta right now.
Banning.
Talking about meta, the Bees boy Lucas has been banned, which is great, and the Ling as well. Wow. I mean,
Wow.
DRX is showing a lot of variety of bans. No Ling Angela, sadly. So all the couples in the chat,
Still waters
this
run
is
deep.
not the game you want to watch. Hopefully, there's no couples in the Megatron Esports itself. We need to see some fair gameplay. For now, the
Oh,
Balmond
there's
is here. Oh my,
ah,
he's handsome, isn't he, Mommy Gwen?
very spooky. He's everyone spooky.
Did you just call him a Pookie? Oh my god. Like, imagine his face and you calling him Pookie.
I know.
Oh my. Women and their choices, guys. Women and their choices. But yeah, for now, though, the handsome Balmond is supposedly going to be picked, and
For honor.
he's not. Okay, the opponents changed it right there, and they are going to pick the Tigreal. That is a great combo. And talking about Tigreal, there's no counter for the Tigreal in the RX, and all they have is the gold lane and the roam to pick up. So, what might they be thinking is the question. Would you like to face a Hanzo, Gwen, in this kind of a situation?
Definitely no.
Seems
Especially when I'm
obvious to
using
me.
Flint.
You
I
should.
understand. Now look at that. The
But
Federal
maybe
has been picked
tonight.
up as well. Wow. Yeah, please go ahead.
Wait,
Yeah, so we can see that both the drafts have been given away. And guys, if you're tuning in right now, you're watching the Nodwin Moba coming with the cup. This is going to be the start of everything. And for now, in the caster's desk, it is your guy, Roots Official. Along with me is the beautiful debut queen. It is going to be Mommy Gwen herself. And she's not your mommy, guys, but she is definitely a mommy herself. For now, after the draft, Gwen, what do you think? Which team would you rather be on? Which team do you think is leading by the draft?
for me, I'll stick to Megatron. I mean, personally, right now, definitely
Hmm.
like on the draft phase, it's Megatron, but
Yeah. Let's see how it goes, though. But
let's see how
seems
it
like
goes.
Moby Gwen is not leading on the side of the Hanzo. That is sad to see that she is no longer supporting the Hanzo.
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them.
For
All
now, guys, we are back into the Land of Dawn. This is going to be a game between DRX and Megatron Esports. Both the sides tuning in, and we have to see who wins because this is just a knockout match. So if you lose, you are not going to be in there again. So every man for himself. Teams have to show up, else nothing is going to happen. But look at that! It's a first blood already. Was it a network error, Mommy Gwen? What do you think?
It's the first blood already, and it's not even 1 minute yet. Damn.
Oh my god, that is definitely an engage. And when you have that kind of a situation, Gwen, you are in trouble because your XP laner matters a lot, right?
Uh, Personally, for me, like when I play the game and that happened to me, I'll just rage quit. I'd be like, no more. I don't.
Hopefully, the players here do not rage quit because this is a tournament match and everything is on the
I know,
line.
right?
Look at top lane though. There is a gang coming in, and look at everybody just surrounded, and they know that this team fight will not be a comfortable trade, so they're just gonna back up. But look at Megatron though; they're still there. They are still trying to pick off this Granger. He is aware of it, and he's not gonna give an edge. Fedrin and the Hanzo battling it out, but the Hanzo has almost no damage here, so it is gonna be pretty hard for Team DRX to do something early game. Look at that though! The Hanzo just goes in and gets the kill of the Fedrin. The Tigreal falls as well, so DRX is on the front foot, taking 2 kills already within the 2 minutes. And seems like the turtle will be an easy cakewalk, courtesy of that gank right there. Moby Gwen, your thoughts on that?
Wow, that was some insane ganking coming from the DRX. And wow, the team I'm supporting, oh my god. Not exactly supporting, but the team I was vouching for. Yeah.
I can understand your situation. It is like you are the negative aura here. Whoever you support is on the losing end. But hopefully, Team Megatron can bounce back. Because they are a good team as well. They are reputed, pretty reputed in the marks. Look at the Hayabusa though, trying to get the Zushin. He will not be successful because he still is lacking the damage. And that is going to be it for the ultimate. However, they just lost the advantage they had on the turtle. They could have taken it instantly. Instead, they decide to wait. And that is the reason that all of the teams have gathered around the turtle. There we go. The circling eagle connects. And this is just going to be hard because Megatron, he is losing one hero after the other. The Clint and the Zushin has to run away here. Not unless Hanzo has something to say about it. Hanzo trying his best to reach Zushin. He will not be successful as the blood does come down. And this is looking tricky as Megatron are losing quite a lot of members early here, Gwen. What do you think?
Wow. Like, the Zushin, like, maybe they can get a late game. Let's see. They had
What? I mean, what do you think? In the late game, will it be easier for them?
I mean, there's Fredrin, Zushin as well, but it's kind. It will be tough for them.
Oh, look at the damage. The Clint has to just run away with a slither of HP. The same thing is happening in the bottom lane though, because the bottom lane is also being heavily ganked and Badang is in a world of trouble. We have to see how this one is gonna work out though. For now, it is looking like a pretty grim situation. Gwen, do you like playing Zushin? Do you think Zushin can fight against this task well?
Ever since they released that hero, I have never even played her once. I have never tried like playing that hero, so
I see.
I really don't know.
You should definitely, because this is kind of a meta where Zushin is picked up almost every game. Look at that though, Badang trying to fight, the fist cracks coming in, but it is not gonna work out as Zask is there to pick up the pieces, and he is gonna get yet another kill for DRX, and they are leading 7-0 here, which is not looking pretty as they have the turtle as well. Gwen, what do you think right now? Just tell us what's going on in your mind.
And the Megatron are already losing this much. I really like.
Oh, look at top lane though. Granger getting a solo kill on that Clint already, and this is just looking like a one-sided affair. You know, guys, when you love a person and then he doesn't love you back, that's the kind of one-sided situation Megatron is facing right now. So this is gonna be interesting to see how it goes. So, okay, looks like a bad situation. Gwen, look at that. DRX might finally die here. Zask is pretty low.
Oh, exactly. Oh, wow. And they still secure the turtle though, the blue team.
Yeah, DRX did secure the turtle and got the kills as well. 3 for 2 trade, but luckily enough, Gwen, your team finally got 2 kills here. Megatron finally got 2 kills.
Wow, 2 kills in a 6 minutes. Wow.
Yeah. Still a start, a slow start indeed, but it's still a start. The goal lead, however, is 6k in the advantage of DRX, and look at that, the damage of the Granger.
High. The advantages is pretty high for the DRX.
Yeah, and we have to see how it works out. Look at that though. Tigreal is there, but Ganje is gonna avoid it with the Rondo, and he is in position to deal all the damage. Tigreal, you did pull off the implosion, but who did you pull it on? Cause there's the Granger and Zask already who are making it a mess for your team. And look at that, one after the other. They're falling like 9 pins here. The Granger with the damage, oh my god. And this is gonna be tough. Gwen, what do you think? Is there a comeback possible?
Straight, it's impossible. Gregor's eating them all.
How do you think they can make it possible? How do you come back from this situation?
Like, they really can't, except
Yeah.
maybe the Zuyan can do something. But
The Zushin can definitely try to do something here, but look at that, the Sass just melting. The Fredrin right there. Killing spree coming for the high loss. I mean, when have you seen that, Gwen? High loss getting a killing spree.
first time here.
Uh huh.
All the
That
highlights
is
I got on my
exactly.
team, whenever I play, all the highlights I got on my team, I'd just be like, just go off, please, just go off.
You cannot say that when you're in a team, though. So
I know,
that
but
is
yeah, I
pretty
usually
interesting.
go solo, so it's fine. I can be toxic.
Definitely, I think it is pretty frustrating for Team Megatron here because they are not being able to do much. And look at that, the Hanzo also is kind of farmed. Yeah, yeah, Gwen, please go ahead.
And they already secured the first lot as well. I was just saying they are starting with the Lord and they are already securing it. So,
Exactly, they're just busting it down because they have so much of damage, and it is interesting because there's nothing which Team Megatron can do is which is impacting them a lot. I mean, they do have three tanky frontliners, and then they have the burst of the Queen and Zushin as well. Maybe if they had a burst means they could do something about that. But look at that. This is gonna be the veteran being melted like butter. Mega kill coming for the high loss. Oh my god. And the Badang, even he cannot face up against the Zask 1v1. Look at that, the implosion connecting, but where towards his own grave as Tigreal falls as well. Gwen, what do you think? Which other mage would have been better instead of the Zushin right here?
and like for me, whenever I get a Zaz in the opponent, I always go for Sicilian, but they already banned the Sicilian.
Yeah, that's great. You did pick it up. You remember the Sicilian ban. So
Yeah, I
what else could
remember.
we pick here?
Uh,
Ooh, the Death Sonata's damage is unreal. Godlike coming out from the Granger. Verve is on a Verve streak right now. Look at all of the damage. This is looking like it is going to be a closeout as 5 members fall. Maniac coming from the Granger. The Savage, however, does not come in as the Hylos is going to be naughty and going to steal it. But this is going to be game secured by TRX. What a dominating one-sided performance we can see right now. What do you think, Gwen? What would you do if Hylos just stole your Savage right there?
so the team that I was supporting, like vouching for, damn, they just. I am never
Yeah.
going to support any. No.
I see. I mean, that is pretty bad, honestly, because this was just a one-sided affair. Team Megatron never got their balls rolling, honestly, because they just didn't have enough damage, whether it be early game or late game. The Zushin with the Tigreal didn't quite land because there's not just enough damage. The Fedrin jungle as well. I mean, if you have so much of support and tankiness, where is this damage going to come from? The Clint didn't even get to farm, and that is the reason that he is on the bronze itself. So this is gonna be GG's, and GRX is just gonna move to the next round, the round of 16, as we are gonna take a short break and come back to you guys soon. We are gonna have Three more matches coming up, and each one more interesting and more exciting than the next. This has been Rod's Official. Along with me has been your mommy Gwen, and we are gonna take a short break and come back soon. So you guys don't go anywhere. Peace out. See ya. So welcome back, guys, and this is the Nodwin Moba Community Cup coming in, and of course, in the caster's desk, you can recognize this voice. This is your guy, Roods Official. Along with me is our mommy Gwen herself, and we are here to connect yet another exciting match right here, and this is gonna be Experiment 5 and on the blue side right here, and we are gonna see one more team coming in from the red side itself. It is gonna be none other than Pheonix Esports, and both of these teams are quite trying to make a name for themselves. These are comparatively new teams, but I have heard that Experiment 5 plays really, really good. So we have to see how it goes. For now, it is gonna be Mommy Gwen who can tell us a little about it. Mommy, what do you think of this matchup? What would you like to play? What do you think is the most OPS hero right now?
Obvious hero, I'll go with. I have to think. Definitely
Okay.
Haya. Obviously, yeah, Haya. There's Ling as well.
Yeah.
I mean, with the marksman and all, there's Brody.
Yeah.
Brody. Yeah,
I
I
see. So
think so
the
with
Hireling
Brody.
and Brody.
Yeah.
I mean, we just saw the Brody a game ago. Yes, just the previous game, and that was pretty good. So we have to
Yeah.
see exactly how that works out. For now,
I
though,
mean,
this yeah.
versus like Doom wins and buff this hero every time a new skin comes on. Like,
That might be true. I mean, the glue revamp is pretty special. Have you encountered the glue yet?
oh yes, me. I just can't with glue.
How's the
Why?
glue?
She's very OP right now. Like, way too insane. I just every time I try to play rank, first thing I'll do is ban
Hmm.
glue.
I see. Is it different from what it used to be? What are the changes you
Yeah,
feel?
I think so. It's just ultimate maybe. Yeah, the
I see.
cooldown in the ultimate, like it's way too
Hmm.
short. So just keep on using.
Oh,
That's what I've encountered.
oh my God! Unlimited split looks like a nightmare to face. Honestly,
And
this is gonna
and
be
and,
hard. Yeah,
and EX.
I see. For now, though, this is going to be the final two bans coming in, and it is going to be the high laws being banned. I mean, rightfully so. After the game we saw, the yester game we just saw, this is going to be
Killing
tough to
spree.
see. Yeah, the killing spree high loss is unreal, and he stole a savage as well.
Stop it.
I mean, I wouldn't want that high loss on my team, but yeah, he did play well. Oh,
Very
the
well.
team red here, Pheonix Esports, they're just banning out all the rumors. We have to see what else they're gonna ban. Is it gonna be the Budang or is it gonna be the Jawhead? Or is it gonna be something else because the rumors are being banned out? What do you think, Gwen? Is this kind of a rumor meta right now?
Oh wow, I think so. Yeah, really, this ban killer as well. Support.
Which role do you think has the most impact right now in game?
Definitely the assassin and the marksman.
Yes, speak it louder for the people at the back, because
Oh
I am
yes.
I am definitely a person who is fed up of this support utility tank junglers right here. So definitely we need more assassin players. And look at that, this is going to be Lucas being locked in by Super I am, and I think it is going to be a jungle Lucas right here. Yeah, but what do you think? The Lucas is better in the jungle or in the EXP lane here?
Both maybe the jungle.
See value in me?
I have never encountered a
You
Lucas
should.
jungle, but the EXP definitely quite a lot of time.
Let's make the whole world green and lively.
So
I
we'll
see.
see
And
how
look
it
at
plays
that,
out. This will.
the Florin and the Veteran being locked in together. I mean, that is a bad combo, but we have to see how they're going to play it out because last game we saw the Fredrin couldn't do much. He got melted like butter. So we got to see how this is gonna go. U and B can't retreat. Okay, I see your name there, right there. Good name, but what
Hmm.
is Experimental 5 gonna pick up? It's up to Illusion and company to pick something out. I think this Illusion is pretty old. He is one of the old players in the community. We have to see
Only
how
love
they
and
are exactly
Wow.
going to work things out.
everlasting.
And there's a Sicilian
Oh,
pick
Depends on
as
if it's in
well.
love.
Wow.
there we go. We see the favorite hero of Mommy Gwen being picked up already. And why do you like Sicilian so much? Doesn't he lack damage in the early game, Mommy?
No, it's not about the hero and all. It's the story behind it. The story between Carmi and Sicilian. I don't know, ever since they released that hero, and yeah, he's a vampire.
Somebody likes
A
vampires
bad,
here, huh?
definitely. And
Can you
obviously
tell
the
us a little bit of the story?
The Immortal One chose me to
I like
vanquish the
it's something
shadows
like
that plague
Carmilla
this
died,
world.
or like if I remember correctly, or he put her to sleep. It's been too long, but the first time I heard the story, I'd be like, oh my god, I'm in love with Sicilian. I'll make him my main, and yeah, he's my main hero now.
Wow, he is your main, I see. Now, your main used to be Leslie, if I'm not wrong.
Oh,
Well,
you know the win rate
yeah,
about my list.
I see. But yeah, the Leslie was a great hero once upon a time. And so
And you
was
know the
my
story
Gushan.
behind it. Yeah. You know the story behind my Leslie win rate. How did I got that as well?
I know. But you do have an impressive win rate. I mean, in solo queue, having anything above 50 or 60 win rate is great, honestly. However, we
Yeah.
have to see how these two teams are going to fare up because the carry and the Sicilian, that is kind of a
Oh,
late game duo right here. So the
yeah.
early game damage is lacking. Yeah, what will Experiment 5 pick for this kind of compensation is the question. Look at that though. They have picked up the Soyu, have Phoenix Esports, and with that the Fedrin. Is this a Fedrin tank or EXP here? What do you think, Gwen?
Experience the
Definitely
euphony of
EXP because they
suffering.
have Florin as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely an EXP, but we don't know. Florin might go mid, and yes, Pedrin might go roam.
Yeah, anything can happen. I mean, the
Exactly.
opponents are Experiment 5, but I think Phoenix Esports are the ones experimenting here. And hopefully, this experiment runs down well. Else, it is going to be a bad kind of a match. Of course, this is a tournament match as well. It is not just some normal gameplay, normal ranked games right here. Everything is on the line because if you lose this match, you're going to be out of the tournament. And that won't be nice. Mom is going to be
There's,
angry, isn't she?
there's a Jawhead ban as well, just like you predicted it, right?
Yeah.
Epic ban,
The
yeah.
Jawhead and the Alpha ban as well. I mean, that
Alpha
is great
ban.
because
Yep.
the Alpha can somehow counter the Fredrin. So that is some good thinking from the part of Phoenix Esports. We'll have to see what else is coming in because the Granger is banned, which means the Moscow is open as well as a lot more picks. We will have to see what
Let's
Phoenix
go.
Esports will be thinking of in terms of the goal lane. Look at that. Another goal lane
Yep.
ban coming in. The Erythel gets banned as well. Gwen, what would you like to play in this situation if you were in Phoenix Esports?
They are banning both the two marksmen. Who are like I maybe they'll go with as for the marksman, maybe they'll go with Melissa here or Kryn.
Your Brody is open as well, by the
Oh,
way.
Brody is open as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't see that.
Hmm.
I forgot.
Do you think the Brody is pretty good right now in this meta?
In the meta, I told you right since earlier. Maybe because personally for me, I
I
feel
am
like
ready
Moonzen they
to
buff these hero a
die.
little bit every time a new skins come.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, we have seen that. However,
Yeah.
yeah, they were
But
just
this
showing up
lane,
the Roger right here, which is pretty good
like
because the Roger has been played in the goal lane a lot. Have you encountered a goal lane Moscow lately, Gwen?
you mean a Roger?
Yes, the big bad wolf.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Quite a few times, like two, three, something like that. But yeah. But most of the time, every time I encounter a Roger, I all like a Roger gold laner, I go from like at that time I used to pick mid laner. It's either Zaz, Sicilian, or
I see. But this is gonna be a golden fight. And look at that, the Moscow hasn't picked up with a
oh
veteran, which might as well likely go into the EXP, which means there's a mid lane slot. Or are they thinking of something else here, Gwen? Like you said, maybe the
yeah.
Florian will be the mage here, with the veteran being the tank. That is gonna be pretty unusual. The Hayabusa has been picked up, which you like really much.
And I told
Although you
you,
prefer
right?
the Hanzo, although you prefer
and
the
I
Hanzo.
and I told you, right? Well, they were
Mhm.
picking. I was like, maybe Haya will be picking this match. And there you go, Haya.
I mean, we higher users are not gonna
Join
take you lightly
your
for
channel now.
picking the Hanzo over the higher. That is such a wrongdoing.
No,
But there
it's
we go. Yeah,
it's a 50-50.
I see.
Definitely
Okay.
50-50.
So now it's a 50-50. But look at that. Just saw you using the Sasuke skin. Why isn't this Lucas using the
Wow,
Naruto skin is the question.
that's
Because that
okay.
could be an epic fight, Sasuke versus Naruto, the epic All Valley battles which have been
Mm,
given up.
yeah,
But there we go,
Sasuke is
Super
never.
M is picking up that Hayabusa. He is a pretty reputed jungler. We have to see how that goes. For now, though, guys, it is gonna be Experiment 5 on the blue side, and it is gonna be Phoenix Esports on the red side. Let us know down in the comments who you think is gonna win this round, because this is a knockout match, the round of 32. And when we go ahead, only one team will survive and go to the top 16 teams of this Nodwin Moba Community Cup. And this has been Ritz Official. Along with me is Gwen, and we are going to take you live into the action as we land into the land of Dawn. What do you think, Gwen? Who is going to get the first blood here? Which team is more likely?
Hayabusa.
This time around, you're like Hayabusa is going to get it. That is just cute.
Experiment 5.
Mhm. Don't worry, we still haven't forgiven you. We Hayabusa people
Ah,
haven't given you
I
up.
thought I thought it's going to be a match between Naruto versus Sasuke, but then
Hmm.
they switched their role
That's good.
like at the last moment.
Who do you think is better though, the Soyu or is it the Lucas? Which hero would you prefer? Which hero do you think is more powerful right now?
Right now, definitely Soyu, but
Hmm.
when it comes to Naruto, I'll go with Naruto instead of Sasuke.
Ooh, Sasuke skins look so good, but not good
No.
is the Florian who is stuck in a bad situation. Look at that first blood coming in
Whoa!
hot, super in, diving out, and it is gonna be the Naruto though who secures the kill. Prime for 80 degrees, not even the 360. He just did the 480 there, taking out the opponent, and that is gonna be Soyu who has to face the death. So an early jungle gap coming in, and that is not pretty if you are a Phoenix fan right here. The veteran on the roam is looking pretty tight. I mean, he's the EXP. I'm sorry, but he is looking a little bit rusty. I mean, I don't know if he's gonna work out so well. For now, though, it is gonna be Prime 480 who is gonna be on the chopping block, but he somehow survives, having survived that arrow as well. Look at Mansour and Super M though. They are there. Can the fist crack come in clutch? Is the question. Not for now. As the turtle, it has just spawned in. Gwen, who do you think is gonna get the first turtle here?
First turtle, let's see, maybe the red team, Pheonix Esports.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I don't. You saw how I jinxed last match.
That is okay. That is just a caster's think. But this time around, you guessed it right. So free quickie for you, Gwen, as Phoenix Esports are gonna take the first turtle, and we have to see how it goes. Audience in the comments, do tell us which team are you supporting right now? Which team do you think is gonna win? And welcome to the stream, everyone, to the Nodwin Moba Cup community. Look at that in the up top. This is gonna be carry taken out by the SOD. That was just on point. I mean, I haven't seen anyone connected so well. But look at that, the overshadow kill coming in. This is gonna be a reply to the Moscow as well. So both these teams are not giving up. Super M on that Hayabusa finally getting that kill. And that is just great because they're just pulling it back. So far, the goal lead is not much of an issue as both these teams are colliding. Look at that though, the face crack connecting in place. Soyu isn't a bad plot, but he is gonna survive. He has those escape abilities. The Sicilian is gonna spawn his bats as well. Look at that, everybody's in the fight. But Prime 480, you are in a bad situation. You get taken out. Look at the flicker coming in from the Insomnia on that Lunox as he takes Berdang as well. Mancer gets taken away, and this is just gonna be Pheonix Esports pulling one right back. What do you think about this team fight development here, Gwen? I see. That is pretty insightful, honestly. I think that Team Experiment 5 are gonna try to do something here because they are on the upper hand. I mean, they are trying to lead the early game, and if they somehow process it, they might be able to dominate the late game because they have the Sicilian, they have the carry. All they lack is that early game dominance, and once they can secure that, it is going to be easy snowball from there. And the turtle is just in contestant, but look at that, Lunox already wasting the light ability, which just means he has to play safely. But look at that, the Fisker coming up on two people. This is going to be the Lunox who's going to secure the double kills too, and she is on a 4-0-0. What a nice gameplay coming in from Pheonix Esports. Having lost the first team fight, this time around though, they are securing the turtle as well as getting a lot of kills. Look at that, the Soyu is pretty low. So I think the Hayabusa is somewhat countering the Soyu pretty well here. We'll have to see how long that goes though. That is the question. Okay, look at that though. Sicilian getting a kill, and that is gonna be a shutdown as well. 2 kills at the hands of the Sicilian, which just means trouble in paradise for Pheonix Esports. And this is gonna be an interesting match because this is just Experiment Pack 5 pulling one right back. Both these teams are not giving in as they are just leveled. I mean, when I talk about leveled, this is just both of these teams at a goal tie-up as well. Both of these teams are at the exact goal point, and that is just looking like a very well-placed match. We are in for a treat because these two teams are not giving a one-sided combination. Look at that, in the bottom lane though, Mancer is gonna face off with Yukon Retry, but look at that, Insomnia coming in clutch as she gets another kill. She is on a 5 kills right now. And this is going to be Pheonix Esports trying to engage, but look at the counter engage from Mancer, but he gets taken out by the Soyu. Lucas coming in. Can Naruto do something about the situation? I'm afraid not. He's just going to fall. Look at that! Ryuk on that Moskov, literally going into the turret and getting the kill of Illusion, the Sicilian there. Super Imp is just going to pull off that kill, but this is just an aggressive version of Pheonix Esports coming in, and they have been rewarded as they have a little bit of the goal lead already. Super Imp is in trouble though, as 4 members of Team Pheonix are there in the mid lane. They are trying to pressure Team Experiment 5 a lot, but so far they haven't been able to, as Pheonix Esports are still a bit lacking. They will like to secure the turtle and get us a lead. But the Hayabusa, okay, he couldn't do much. I was expecting him to go and steal it, but they are not doing so, is what I see. And something changes here. Because both these teams are well known for the gameplay. and they know that if they lose this match, they are going to be knocked out of the tournament. So both the teams have to do something. Look at that carry, cheekily stealing that bottom turret, and this is looking like a big fight here because Experiment 5 are pretty much taking everything away, the turret as well as the buffer here. And look at that though, Illusion in trouble, he's going to secure himself as Sasuke is unable to actually get the kill of the Sicilian. The arrow is there but to no avail. I think Sasuke needs to farm a little bit more because he is lacking the damage. And look at that, he's trying to steal his creeps as well, having his blue buff already being stolen. It is just a matter of time till the Sicilian comes online, and Illusion is a pretty old player, so he is going to play that mage really well. We'll have to see how exactly is Team Pheonix going to spare off in the late game. Look at that, carry is already giving in a couple of shots. He is pretty damaging, but look at the Badang getting a 4-man fist crack once again. The killing spree, however, is in the hands of Lunox, getting 2, getting 3, making it 3. The shutdown is going to come in as Super M is going to shut her out with the double kill as well. So both Fedrin and Lunox fall, but this is still going to be a 3-for-2 trade. And this is just Pheonix Esports who are leading. They are going to secure the turret as well, the Midland turret, which is pretty important. Let's hope that Team Experiment 5 can make a comeback. So far, the Hayabusa has been phenomenal. As we can see, 402 is his KDA. The Lord has just marched in, and this might be a good opportunity as it is still a 5v4 situation, courtesy that they do not have their Florine, and without a roamer, it is going to be pretty hard for the engage potential to come out. But look at that, Mancer is literally trying to chase the Soyu down. The Hayabusa is going to return to the Lord, but it's the Soyu is not going to survive, courtesy of the Sicilian and Prime 480. SOD not connecting, not your problem, because the Lord has been secured by Experiment 5, and this is looking like a turnaround event. They would like to secure as many turrets as possible with that Lord coming in. Okay, Gwen, what do you think of the situation so far? What do you think? How is Experiment 5 making a comeback here?
Definitely with the Lord, and then it's a late game. Like, if they try to hold it for the late game, maybe they can make a comeback.
And that looks like a bad situation because the Lunox just did a bad gameplay, and courtesy of that, Experiment 5 is just gonna have a field stay here, taking 4 members out as Ryuk is the only one left, and unless he can do some Death Note kind of a impact here, he is not going to be able to stop Experiment 5 from taking the turret and maybe the inhibitor as well. The pushback is still available, so that is good news. But I think Team Pheonix Esports are throwing this game right here. What do you think about the mistakes being made this game? Gwen?
Definitely that engage before the Lord, like on the bot lane.
Yeah,
And
that engage was
this
pretty
is,
harsh.
yeah. That
And this is
damage
looking
from
like a bad.
Sicilian was insane.
Exactly, we got to look at his stacks right here, as he is on a big killing spree, and it's going to be interesting to see how exactly is the Sicilian going to make his impact, because he is doing a lot of damage already. I bet he is actually on well over 300 stacks. And look at that, this is going to be the dominance eye is being bought out as well. So the regen coming out will be lessened. Of course, they got a Florine, which the anti-heal items don't work on, but that is just her ultimate. So the other regions, only the Moscow, the Fedrin, the Soyu as well, they have a lot of lifesteal, but that is not going to be worked if you have so much of a high burst as well as the anti-heal which is coming in. So we have to see how exactly is this team going to work out. But look at that bottom lane. Everybody is rotating. They want to catch Super Imp. Is Super Imp gonna have a Kyrie situation, or is he just gonna fall in the hands of a five-man Phoenix? But look at that, Insomnia is trying to hold his own on the civil. Oh my God! Moskov just connecting with the SOD gets trapped right between Badang and a wall. Somehow he's gonna survive. The wind of nature being used, but this is gonna answer falling. But look at that. Here comes Experiment 5. They are not going out without anything being done. But look at the
What?
oh, the carry just finished the
What?
bait. They weren't paying attention, and so weren't we. As Carry just took out the mid lane on their own and got his team the victory.
Yeah.
They did it the smart way instead of the hard way. And what a split was coming in. Did you notice that, Gwen?
No, I didn't. That was very unexpected. I was focusing on the Sicilian and the Hayabusa. Wow.
Oh my, oh my. I mean, we were all focused on the team fight.
I mean,
And
yeah,
clearly,
I did
Phoenix
see
was
that.
focused on the team fight as well because they never saw the carry coming up. The carry was pretty, honestly, under the radar. Look at her though. No damage, almost as much as damage as the EXP or the Roamer actually. But look at the turret push 73% turret damage given. That is over 24,000 of turret damage. And sometimes you don't have to be the person with the highest skills in the lobby or the person with the highest damage. You can just be the person who gets the job done. And that is going to be Cypher on that carry for Experiment 5, securing that victory. The man of the match, however, goes to Super Imp on that Hayabusa with the 6-0 and 7. He did not fall while his teammates were falling all around. Great gameplay coming in from Insomniac on that Lunox 9-3 and 1. She did carry a lot for her team. The Soyu, however, didn't quite live up to the expectations. Maybe this is just a nerfed Sasuke, before he met Orochimaru kind of a Sasuke. Not very good in the fighting department. The veteran getting the losing MVP, but well, I never thought that he was such good of an EXP, honestly. Gwen, what are your thoughts about this
Yeah.
match?
To be the whole time I was thinking, I thought it was another Dad and Son moment because I didn't saw Gary ending that match. I thought it was the minion again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the minions, as we
yeah.
say. But this time around, the minions weren't
It
paid
was
enough,
Gary.
so yeah, the experiment fives were like, no, we don't have that much money. We are broke. So, okay, the minions can come with us. We'll just take out the crystal as the dead. So, congratulations, experiment five, on securing this victory. And you are going to be moving towards the round of 16 of the Nodwin Moba community, as this is going to be the end of the road for this tournament, at least for Pheonix Esports, as they are going to be at a loss, and we are going to be back with a couple of more interesting matches. So don't you go anywhere. This has been me, Roots Official. Along with me was your Mommy Gwen, and we'll be seeing you guys back live just in a few seconds. So see ya. Take a short break.
And welcome back, everyone. This is one of our final games for the day. It is Phantom Forge versus Penguins. I'm your caster, Baldudu, along with the talented and amazing Vishal, and we will be your casters for this game. Once again, just an introduction. This is Nodwin Community Cup Season 5, powered by Vista, brought to you by Nodwin Gaming Community. And the prize pool is an insane 20,000 diamonds. So yes, let's get into the game. We're already heading into the draft with Phantom Forge and Pengu.
Butterflies
And
all
right
over
now,
my
the
wish.
draft is
Guided by
underway. Let's
lantern's
just see
light.
what the teams will have to pick. The first ban ends up being the Zuzhan instead. Uh, there are a lot of options open right now in this current meta. I mean, like you have the Clint that has been brought back up. The Granger is, with the nerf, not as versatile as before, but still can snowball like every other MM does have that potential. So, what are your thoughts on that, Visal?
Yeah, true that, true. It's true, but looking at the ban, talking about the new meta, looking at the ban, Jushin banning Lucas is a pretty good thing to do because banning Jushin means they are gonna go with the utility jungler, I guess. So let's see what they go.
Like, the blue right now, ever since that new revamp, has been almost constantly on the fans. So, what are your thoughts on, like, what is a good counter to the glue apart from the CC? Like, what do you think is a good answer to this glue? Because he's so annoying in the lane.
Glue during team fights, Glue can be countered with
Banner.
Paramis and Vexena as well, but during the laning phase, I think Yuzhong does a pretty good job with his first skill, with his life steal.
Definitely, and even with his ultimate, he does get to cancel out the glues stick. So I think that is a
Let's
good
make the
response right
holidays
now with the
bright
current
and
meta.
lively.
But on the other side, the blue team taking out bans left and right. There's almost no hesitation between these two. They take out the Florin instantly. One of the great support picks right now in this meta. A lot of teams are favoring the Florin over the Matilda instead because Fred is back in the jungle. What are your thoughts on that?
My tail's been itching for a
Pretty sure
real
Fred is
fight.
back in the jungle. Fred is also a good counter to Joy, to assassins, to as Joy Hayabusa. It can counter pretty well in group fights. And banning Florin and banning Juxin, while they should have gone with the utility, I don't know what they're
Is
thinking of.
cooking.
So like, we can see that the first pick is Farsa. So they go with the aerial damage
The
as of
Mortal
now.
One chose me to vanquish the shadows that plague
Right
this
now,
world.
they pick up the Suyu
Experience the
instantly
Your
and the
infamy of
team
Granger as their
suffering.
responses to that Farsa. Do you think the blue side was a little too hasty in picking up that Farsa?
I
Because
agree.
usually Farsa is drafted like as a response pick rather than a first pick.
It's true. It's a response pick rather than a first pick. And now they have pretty good options. The red team has a pretty good option.
Your team
They
is
can
winning.
counter their picks actually. They should have instead gone with the Suyo pick, I guess, but I don't think they have a pretty much better Suyo, the blue end side.
All right, so
Uh,
the
Yeah,
Blues team's draft, I feel like the advantage that they did get with the first pick has kind of been negated because you've picked up the Argus and the Irithyll. And currently in the meta, except for maybe the Irithyll, I don't think any of them are like
Your
direct
team is
lane
winning.
guarantees in the lane. Like, Argus does not guarantee an EXP domination. Neither does the Irithyll in the early game. So you have a lot of losing lanes, and even despite Farsa being strong in the mid, she'll have to be very careful by rotating because of that jawhead existing. So I think that's a very good draft coming up by the red side.
yeah, the
You
Pengu
love
Penguins are doing a
midnight
pretty
Your
good job
team
with the
is
draft. And
winning.
then
everlasting.
the thing with Pengu Penguins is they have taken Suyo. Where it also has a crowd control. At the same time, Joyd also has a uh, crowd
Time to
control, or
drop the
you can
beat of
say
the
a pick of skill,
Rampage banner.
with which the Suyo and Joyd combo is pretty good here. Farsa is a easy target, and even Irithel. And talking about Argus, if played properly, can take a lot of damage from the
Is picking.
opponent team. Actually, if it does, if it knows how to use the Argus as because of its new updated this you can say the update on the Argus. It can take pretty good damage from the opponent team if it's good. Okay, if it's good, if it's really good, it can do miracles during team fights.
So yep, that is the second phase of the draft going really fast. The Joy Julian taken out by the opponents, and on the other end, it is the Cecilion and the Hylos. So Valir, a very interesting pick coming up by Toji Shan from the red side. Do you think Valir is going to sync well with the Jawhead, or would they have gone? They could have gone with something like a little more burst mage. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I think Valir is a pretty good mage with his first skill. If it hits continuously, it gives a pretty good crowd control and as well as control the team fight. But the thing with Valir is you have to use its second skill, the pushing skills, very carefully, very cautiously. You can help the team run away from Argus during late game fights, during group fights. But it depends on the positioning of the Valir as well.
Hmm. So yep, the Valir syncing with the Jaw, and for the Suyo to finish them off. On the other end, it's
Exactly.
gonna be the Argus who's gonna be the damage soak from the side of the blue team, with Carmilla having to pull off a great bloody link to sync up with Farsa's aerial strike. So who do you think is gonna be edging out in the draft from compared to the both teams?
Mm, let's look at the final pick, then I can give you the answer about that.
Fair, like that's the thing with ML. With MOBA 5v5, it's like, the game might be looking completely one-sided with one part, like, until that last pickup, and then it switches altogether. For a second, I thought we might be seeing a MOBA Zane Balmond coming in, EXP style, and maybe Suyo going into the EXP because we've seen it happen in a few tournaments, but I guess we're not that lucky or privileged just yet. This is round one of the best of the of 32 of Nodwin Gaming Tournament. So please stay tuned, viewers. We're gonna be heading into the land of dawn in just a few moments.
So who do you think is going to win this match according to you, according to the draft you have seen? Who do you think has the better advantage?
Like considering the current meta and how these heroes match up against each other, if the red side is able to get a few good early kills and prevent their opponents from snowballing, let the Suyo picks off great pickoffs, I think they have a
Hmm.
great chance. But if that Lancelot and Farsa can sync up, get a turtle, get a kill along with it, stay safe, I think then the game might go. It's like a 50-50 from the late game. Because
From the late
it's a
game.
lot of CC versus a lot of damage.
True indeed. But the problem here is Lancelot is pretty slow with jungling as compared to Suyo, and there might be chances of invade because Joyhead does a pretty good job helping the jungler.
And look at that. Already, the peel has begun. We're in the land of dawn. The action is underway. And yep, Suyo is going to be clearing out just a little faster than that Lancelot. That's the perks of being in that meta, having a lot of utility. But on that top side, Erythiel actually is going to have the support of the Carmilla in the lane. And I think that's going to be a good option for her to stay alive. But yeah, who do you think is going to be getting this first turtle? Like, in terms of turtle control rather than the retry battle? Who
In
has
terms
the
of
better turtle?
yeah, in terms of turtle control, I think the one who has the better map control is gonna take the turtle. And here, as I think the red team has the better map control.
Oh my god, and already there is the first blood. Lance dives in with the dash, does not get the kill, ends up giving up a double kill to the Suyo, but Doraemon will be taking the revenge for his teammate as both the junglers fall in a heated exchange. The scoreboard is 1-2, and it's only been 2 minutes in this match.
Yes, that's pretty interesting. As I told you earlier, that Suyo, with his first clearance, can invade Lancelot, and he did try to do that, and there he secures kill. As well as he did die, but the 2 kills were secured by Suyo. that was a pretty decent trade-off coming up from the Pengu Penguins.
Exactly. But on the top side, Irithel gets hit by the ejector, sent back away from safety, and falls back to the edges. The scoreboard 1-3. And like I said, red team is picking up the heat. The Lancelot is going to have to back off for now.
So here now already the map control has been taken off by the Pengu Penguins over here, and they're creating pressure for Argus. And the Suyo is clearing his jungles, and then he will take an easy turtle right now. And the rotation which is coming up from this blue team is not decent, I'll tell you honestly, because they're keeping their jungler alone during the turtle phase.
Exactly. And again, someone like the Suyo and Lance both are really strong in stealing objectives, so you have to have a strong map control. And look at that, another fight going to be picked up. The Valir is doing a lot of slow and CC right now on that fight. A great addition to the draft, as they're going to be comfortably taking away that turtle zone, and I think it's going to be an uncontested retribution. But look at that, on the mid side, there is action going on. The Farsa does use her ultimate. Nobody is there to give up the follow, as Waifu Slayer ends up being slain instead. The scoreboard 2-5. Lance diving in with the multiple dashes, is going to dash out, uses the Phantom Execution, makes it out with a sliver of HP, but instead has to lose out his mage in the straight off.
Yeah,
what is happening, man?
too many fights are taking off, and then in the top lane we missed one thing, that Granger is dominating Irithel.
Yup, definitely. In the early game, the Rhapsody is connecting, and right as we speak, the Irithel did not have that bush vision as she walks in, to rush to clear that gold lane. That is the avarice that gold laners have, as she falls and pays the price for it. But look at that, there is the Farsa using up her ultimate. Nobody is there to keep her alive. Nobody is there, who's gonna let her free hit, as she will fall once again. The gold lead is tilting in favor of red team by a large margin, and it looks like the snowball is here.
The problem with the blue team is here, they don't have map control. They forgot the basic, like the more you have map control, the more you have vision, the more better are your ganks, the more better you can utilize your heroes. And they're lacking that. They're failing to realize that they do have long range Farsa. They have a late game hero Irithel. Rather than taking group fights, it was a better option for them to support Irithel in early game. What do you have to say about that?
Definitely. I mean, look at that. Once again, on the bot side, they kind of stopped really playing for EXP control. They let the Argus take a few, gold shield. The Argus already using up his ultimate will have to fall. The ejector plus the mecha suppression stacks too much for the Argus to handle. And it looks like this game might not reach the late game we wanted it to go. Farsa uses up her ultimate. Look at that, the Suyo recalling on her face. That is a bit of showmanship coming out from Love at First Sight, as he picks up the turret on the bot side.
Now the second turtle is also going to go uncontested, and an easy turtle for the red team.
And right now, Vishal, what are your thoughts? They've picked up one more kill. What does the blue side need to make a comeback? Who has to step up and be the man of the hour?
The man of the hour right now, I think it's a pretty tough question to be answered, because the way the red team, the Pengu Penguins, have been dominating, the way they have been picking off the blue team, you can see it's pretty tough. Okay, now Argus might take the kill of Suyo. Now, if he would have taken out Suyo, then he would have been the man of the hour.
Oh, that was. I mean, that would have been close, but that's just how it is. That shutdown might have given them the hope for the comeback, but at this point, Valir is just sniping them down from range. Okay, Carmela wasn't moving for a second. I think there might be something at hand, but look at that. Farsa making a very aggressive position to use that ultimate. Uses up the ejector, the flicker gets baited out, but they will get the target. Unstoppable for the Jawhead. Solo ranking will fall too. The Argus dives in, but it's a little too late. 3 members from the side of the blue will fall, as they're struggling to keep their turrets alive, as the gold lead is now shifting upwards of 10k.
I mean, do you realize that it's only been 7 minutes and they have already lost three turrets? Three, now coming to now the fourth turret is also gone. They are already
Exactly.
down to
They've
inhibitors.
almost cleaned out the entire outside. Oh, they did get a shutdown finally. Let's go.
Okay,
Irithil
okay.
finally with the comeback. This just might be what they need. It's a 3 for 2 trade. This, and I think normally that would not be a good thing to hear, but for a team that is down by 10k gold, even getting 2 kills, 2 important shutdowns, that too on the Valir and the Suyo, I think that is great, especially when all that gold is diverted onto the Irithil.
Exactly true. The late game hero Irithel might shine later on if they stop doing the mistakes they were doing. If they have a proper map control and they play in a discipline and a sync manner. And Argus, rather than focusing on his lane, he should be more focused on picking up Granger or else Valir, marking Granger or else Valir. As you can see, the Phobius is doing a pretty good job marking their Lancelot or else Farsa during group fight.
Ooh, one more shutdown. There is Argus picking up that much necessary kill. But Beyond Birthday will not let these hopes stay for long as he picks up that double kill, extinguishing the dreams of that comeback just as soon as they start to simmer in. So let's see how will Waifu Slayer and team try to hold this turret. The goal lead right
You
now is shooting up, man.
Yeah, it's all 9k difference goal. And we missed a pretty funny thing over there. Valir took the turtle alone.
Oh damn. Okay, I think they're just trying to like flex at this point. But look at Suyo diving in very deep into that turret, takes in a lot of damage, pops the recall once again, and backs out. I think this tactic is has its own perks because either you really anger the enemy or you force them to make errors. And I think solo ranking did fall for it because he went in a little too deep and pays the price. There is Carmela with this bloody curse onto 3. No damage coming in from anyone from his team as they will end up picking up a triple kill. Granger trying to hunt for that maniac, does not get it as Love is First Sight steals it away. But with that, the first inhibitor will fall. Will they be able to hold on until the 10-minute mark? Lance with the dashes. There's the Phantom execution. There is no follow up. He will fall once again. Vishal, the hope is bleak for them.
The hope is
I don't think you can bounce back from this.
it's totally. I won't say it's impossible, but then as the Pengu Penguins are being overconfident at this moment, taunting the opponents, if they may take that thing to their advantage and play and outsmart them, the match can change at any moment. You never know.
Definitely.
It's all about comeback.
Yep. Right now, I think the blue side need a miracle, but it does not look like it's gonna take long for it to happen because of the way the red side is overextending right now. If they can bait
Mm.
that Suyo in a little more, because he's been prone to making a really aggressive, flamboyant play. So if they can bait him out and get a good shutdown, it just could be possible because they have the lane clear. They could hold on for the lords. He tries to go for the steal, will not succeed, gets spotted out instantly and pays the price for it.
Comeback is a different thing here, but now the tough job is to defend the Lord right now. And the positioning coming up from Carmilla is pretty bad at this moment. She shouldn't have been caught. She shouldn't have been outside. She should have been defending the base as of now. And then the problem is the link coming up from Carmilla. There is no backline support.
Exactly. When the link pops up, there is nobody there. Like, look, Lance is doing a lot of damage now. But if they could play on the link instead, like,
Exactly.
they would have had a lot more success. They would have definitely not been in
Very
this
true.
situation. But there it is. The
Very
Lord is
true. Very
marching.
true.
There is the bloody curse once again. A beautiful set by Carmilla, but none to follow. That is the fate of a roamer as the Aether Crystal will fall. And with that, the dreams of the blue team will have to stop as the red side will be the one going to the next round.
It was a pretty good match out here, but then the Phantom Forge were pretty hasty during their draft phase as well, picking Farsa, the first pick, giving up Suyo, the meta hero, and as you say, Granger got nerfed, but I think Granger might have got nerfed, but then Beyond Birthday wasn't nerfed.
Exactly. I mean, it didn't feel like he was nerfed at all with the performance coming out from the team. But yes, Pengu Penguins will be, dominating in that fight. They definitely did get a well-deserved win, but they'll have to be a lot more careful in the future rounds because not every game is going to be so comfortable, especially in one as competitive as Nodwin.
Yes, exactly.
And with that, folks, we will be heading into a very short break before we're back before with our next game. And welcome back, viewers. We're back to week 5 of Nodwin Community Cup, powered by Vista Gaming and brought to you by Nodwin Gaming Community. The prize pool is an exciting 20,000 dias, and we're in week 5, and we're finally headed into our best of, the round of 32 series, where the best teams so far will compete to get that ultimate prize and take the crown. I am your caster, Baldudu, and with me is the talented Vishal, and we will be your casters for the final game of this night. It is going to be Onyx ID versus Metaru.
Okay, Baldu, what is your opinion? Is this match gonna be the same as the last match, the dominating one from one side, or it's gonna be a match interesting to watch and it would be even?
Well, I think it's gonna be quite an insane game. Hopefully, because looking at both the teams, they definitely have interesting names for sure. Both sides. I think I'm gonna have an issue pronouncing these names until they pick their heroes. So, yep, we will. I will not comment anything about the team names anymore. But yeah, let's see how the draft unfolds. Because the previous game, the drafts in terms of bans, both teams were very professional with their bans. But in when it came to the actual drafting, the previous game, Pengu Penguins did a much better job, and they were ultimately the victor. But in this game, let's see. The draft kind of decides 50% of the game, actually 70% of the game, and the remaining 30 is hoping for the opponent to make a mistake. So yeah, let's see how it goes.
Exactly, very true. The 70% of the game is being decided by the draft itself. The thing is, when you have the meta heroes in your hand, even if you dominate the early game with non-meta heroes, but the difference starts showing up during the late game phase when you have the meta heroes in your hands. What do you have to say about it?
Like when it comes to getting all the meta heroes, a lot of times what happens is people really kind of focus on picking up all the meta heroes, but they don't realize how well they sync up together. Another issue is there's no issue with, like you could pick up as many meta heroes as you want, but in a tournament lobby, it's the order in which you pick them. So if I force the something like the Zuzhan first or a Cecilion, the opponent can instantly take a Farsa and kind of ruin my entire early game advantage. Or if I take a Suyo and they will go for a Joy, that again will kind of nullify my advantage. So when you're forcing these meta picks, it's also important to notice that and take note of the counters for these meta picks.
Exactly, that is what happened during the last match. As Phantom Force did a pretty decent job banning the good heroes, but then they did a hasty pick, the Farsa getting the first pick Farsa. I hope the same mistake is being not repeated in this match by either of the team.
Definitely, and right now, looking at the way things are going, a really interesting EXP prior draft coming out from the side of IND Onyx. Indian Onyx is focusing for EXP on the other end. The Phoveus does get taken out instantly. Looks like Metaru has got a read on their opponent. The glue is still very much open along with the conventional Hylos and Gatotkaч.
Exactly. Getting Hylos and Gatotkaч in the same team is pretty deadly combo.
So, see
the
how
first
it goes
pick
right
is
now.
Lucas. I think probably they should go for a Jushin pick here. It's a pretty decent counter for Lucas. No doubt Valentina does pretty decent job with the tank build against Lucas, but then let's see what they are planning to.
Right now, we'll have to just see what they're gonna respond with, because the Lucas as a first pick is decent. Like, I mean, it's quite obvious at this point most Lucas players take it to the jungle, but at the same time the Phoveus and CC have been banned, so you could take the Lucas as a flex pick into the EXP lane. But was it worth giving up a Kalia and a Joy for the Lucas? What are your thoughts on
I
that?
think my thoughts are I think it's pretty worth it giving up Kalia Kalia and Joy by picking Lucas because Kalia is a good counter for assassins. I would say it doesn't work pretty well against a utility jungler. Those are my thoughts. But then again, let's see what they do to what they pick to counter Joy here, because countering Joy is pretty important because the rotation coming up from Joy, the first pace jungling from early to mid and the damage from till late game, it's pretty dangerous. You need to look up to it.
Definitely. So what else do we look for? The Gato is a great option against both the Kalia and the Joy. If a well-placed taunt or an AOG can bail out at the same time, create an initiate opportunity for their team. So a good draft coming in so far from the side. Moscow once again is a great option against the Joy. He is a little more reliable in the lane. While he'll be a little weak in the early game, he definitely can make life easier for himself.
Exactly. He can make life easier for him as well as for the teammate. The pushing capability of Moscow is pretty insane. Is very insane, and if he connects his SOD during the team fights, it's gonna cause a problem for the team Metaru.
Definitely, man. And Metaru picking up that Valir. I mean, in a lot of tournaments right now, we're seeing this Valir come up in some way or another again and again. Like, it's a constant at this point. Like, they're trying to make sure the Valir is definitely there. And he, to be honest, with that new patch, he does a lot more damage and is a lot more reliable in the lane because of that damage tick of his. It does a lot more damage. So he's more viable even against squishy comps because the amount of damage he's doing right now, even with non-magic damage items, is insane.
Exactly. And Valir, if you just have two of the items, the glowing one and the ice queen one, and then you go with the defense item with Valir, it does a pretty good job with two items. As the anti lifesteal and the poke coming up from Valir constantly, it is a nightmare for fighters, for the frontline fighters like Lucas and as well as Katot Kacha, because it keeps on poking and poking continuously, and it would create a disadvantage for the team ONIC IND during group fights.
Right now, it might get a lot more interesting because they have banned out the carry, and with the carry ban, I think we might be seeing a possible high-lows pickup from their opponents from the side of IND Onyx instead. They have banned, and because the opponents have taken out a lot of mages, they don't want any more CC on the side of IND Onyx. They want something that a comp they can just rush into the backline of, poke out, and then pick off the frontliners who get stuck in between. I guess that is the idea they're running with. They want to prevent as much CC as possible. But okay, they have actually banned the high-lows out instead. I didn't expect that. I expected IND Onyx to actually pick up the high-lows for themselves.
But Boluru, if you ask me, like, where you gonna pick Vishal in this scenario? I think Lucas is a pretty good frontliner. Moscow has a pretty good late damage, and Gatot here being the flex pick can go to the EXP lane as well. I would recommend a Franco or else Kaja pick for a roamer. That would be pretty.
I was actually gonna think of saying the Kaja. Like, either you keep the Kaja as the roam, or if you're sending Gato into the roam, send this guy into the jungle as usual, Lucas. On mage, just maybe they could go for something like a Kadita or a Eve, because that'll give you Eve gives you a lot of mobility against that comp, and with with the Purify, you could be untouchable as long as you position well.
Are we seeing a Mino pickup over here? Are we really gonna see Minotaur?
A Mino pick against that comp, I'm not too sure about how well that's gonna translate for them. It's a very high risk
It's a very high
And
risk. Exactly, it's a
yeah,
high risk
very
pick.
high risk, high reward kind of pick. Either you're gonna get an amazing set or you're gonna end up going 0-8. You could still get an amazing set after 0-8, but at that point the game's over. So what I'm not sure. Oh, Valentina. But does he want the Kalia ult? You could
That
actually
is
sync
my
with the
question.
Kalia ult because Valentina
Uh,
gets 2 dashes on the S2. Maybe. I guess that's the
maybe
plan.
Yeah, maybe that's the plan, but then they would like damage seriously in the early game because Lucas, okay, it's a good initiator. He can finish off the enemy, but then there should be damage coming up from your team as well. Gatot won't be doing that much damage. Valentina, just with a second skill and first skill, doesn't create that much damage as compared to Valir and Joy. And Hilda is a very good EXP laner as she can switch lanes early and she can pick off Valentina during group fights. They can zone her out and taking out Lucas during group fight won't be a tough job because Valir continuously poking Lucas and then Joy finishing off.
And with that, the draft is complete. The Claude is going to be the final pick. And looking at the draft so far, the draft is definitely favoring Metaru Esports right now. But IND have one of those team fight comps. So if they can get to that 10-minute power spike that Moscow and Lucas need, we just might be seeing an interesting game on hand.
Exactly. But I hope the Lucas doesn't commit a mistake, which most of the Lucas player do commit, is that they go on a defensive build. I hope he's going on a full damage build. That would be a better option right
Oh,
here. But
right
then
now
let's
he
see.
has to build damage because nobody in his team can do damage apart from him. He's the only source of burst damage on his team right now. So turtle fights, I think, will be very, very difficult for them unless they can chain CC and pick off. Like group fights are definitely not what IND Esports can pick up right now.
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash the all troops deployed.
What do you have to say regarding the Mino pick? Like as you said, like it's a double-edged sword. Either it would give a pretty great setup or it would end up going 0-8-0. But then instead of Mino, was there something better they could have gone with?
Like one option you mentioned was the Kaja, but with Kaja you're gonna lose out on a lot of mobility. They could have gone for maybe um another Carmilla, but again, Carmilla against a Kalia is risky because you don't know where this Kalia is going to be going. Is it the Rome or is it an EXP? And looking at it so far, it is definitely going to be an Rome Kalia because she is an absolute menace in the lane. There is the flicker jump coming in. They actually were the first ones to commit, but there it is. Gyat is going to dive in. No one's there to give the follow up. The damage is just not enough. Two flickers baited out along with a sprint. A good showing coming out by the side of IND Onyx right now. Kind of completely defying expectations. I thought the early game is going to be very difficult for them, but they're taking firm control of that map as they rotate onto the bot side.
This is a good rotation coming up, but then I think rotating on the top on the MM lane was far better because Moscow is pretty squishy right now, and Moscow is playing with a purify spell as of now. They could have taken out Moscow easily if the red team would have rotated on the top lane, as well as the blue team should have rotated on the top lane and later on come to the bottom lane for the turtle. Now they are losing out on rotation as well.
Yep. But yes, they are maybe they're looking at a different approach to actually go on for. But look at that, Fried Martin does pick up that kill. I mean, Metaru is doing a great job right now with that lane control. They reset that turtle and go back to that fight once again, knowing that it's only Gato. And Gato is all alone. He has to bail out unless he's forced to AOG out of there. Yep, he has to walk out right now. It's going to be an uncontested resolution as Metaru pick up the 2 kills and that retribution. And the turtle, I mean.
Yeah, exactly. As I told you, Balun, that they lose the only kind the mistake they commit is that they went out to gank Hilda instead, and they didn't even gank over there. Whereas the team, uh, Sorry, my bad. What they did is the ONIC IND they went on the top lane to gank, whereas the Metaru went to the bottom lane, which gave much clear vision. And then Lucas trying to solo the turtle was the bad decision over there as they got ganked in the mid lane at that moment. And now, as you can see, they lost the turtle. They got the kills as well.
And look at that. Right now, it is going really good for the Metaru right now. They have a lot of control. The goal lead slowly shifting in their favor. It's still only 4 minutes into the match, and I think the game is not too decisive just yet. As long as I only Onyx can hold on in this fight. Just play safe, get a few farm. They can hold on, but as we speak, there is the fight. A beautiful set coming in by the shape shifting Kalia from the side of IND Onyx as they pick up that kill, and it's none other than on Ralik, the jungler of Metaru. So great response coming in from them. The SOD was used into that fight as Moscow just takes up the lane and goes back to top. Gold lead once again bringing down just to 1,000 gold. Nothing much at this stage.
Hmm. Very true, very true. As you mentioned, the early game it's not yet that decisive, and the game can shift anywhere as of now. The only thing is they have to create this momentum. The team Onika and has to maintain this momentum and not lose the turtle fight as of now.
Definitely. The turtle is up once again. Both sides will be trying to get that advantage onto the zone. But look at that. There's gonna be all five people from both teams. Might be a 5v5 proper showdown. There it is, the jump in from Kalia. No follow up just yet. She's gonna heal up, poke out. The SOD does not connect, and that's a big resource going to be used up. There is the taunt, but there is the Claude with the blazing duet. No one is there to stop him. Lona Banana will get the kill. Priyanshu with another kill, but Joseph claps back onto the Minotaur. Freid Martin picking up the kill. Make it two. Will he get the third? Not just yet. The taunt is going to be used up defensively. Unbreakable will bail him out of this fight as three people fall in response to the two from their opponent. But the turtle is secured by IND Onyx. They're very much in this fight, and the longer this game drags on, the stronger they're going to get.
Very true indeed. The turtle fight would have been on the side of Metaru if Valir was aggressive at that point when Gatot was trying to go forward. The Gatot was not able to go forward because of Valir poke. But then Valir was not able to do what he was supposed to do. Joseph is pretty lacking behind in case of poking as he needs to do that continuously.
Quite interesting, man. I mean, like, next stage right now is probably going to be for them to prioritize gold lane because they've been playing in the mid right now, but their Moscow is falling back. And the longer they let the Claude free hit, the harder it's going to be to catch him.
Exactly. The goal, I think the goal lead probably is with the Claude right now because he already has 3 assists, whereas the Moscow KDA 000 is neither a kill nor an assist, as well as he's losing the turret in 1v1 as well.
Definitely.
And as well as the Claude has a pretty good melding capability. Once he get his DHs, then he can pretty well melt out Gatot, Minotaur, and Lucas as well.
And there it is, another beautiful fight coming in. A double kill picked up by the Lucas. He's gonna stay in for more. Uses that enhanced, skill once again. The Minotaur gets poked down really low, but the heal is there to bail him back out just there. They're gonna stop. They're not gonna stop for the fight. They're gonna keep going on. They're gonna get that turtle, and looks like the comeback is on. I mean, it was never much of a domination coming out from Metaru, but looking at their draft, they definitely were a lot more in control in the first 3 minutes. But it's been a complete change since then as Valir walks in unsuspecting. He takes a massive kill and gives up an unnecessary death over to the opponent. Look at Lucas's farm right now. Like it, KD, he's at 422. He's at 5k gold. There are two players from the side of IND Onyx who are at 5k gold.
And there is a pretty good shift from Moscow as well. He already got his turret. He was getting dominated, but now it's totally shifted to the other side. But we can see the Claude has got his DHS as of now. Let's see if he can do something out there in group fights.
And there is an invade coming up. Chosen One gets his ultimate stolen once again. Gyat is there trying to zone out. The retribution does land, and Ralik will not be able to get it. The goal difference shifting completely. It's going towards the 3k mark, and this number might keep increasing further and further if Metaru does not clap back instantly.
Yeah, that would keep on increasing. I told you that uh, Valir work is to keep on poking the opponent, but he's continuously failing onto that. What do you have to say about that? He has been failing onto it. I don't see much poke coming up from Valir.
There it is, another beautiful setup, and three people down. The comeback is on once again. Metaru not going to let the tempo be taken away from them for too long. Will catch three unsuspecting members of IND Onyx off guard. And the last thing you want to do is take a fight without a marksman, or get stuck in that position against a Joy.
Exactly, and moreover, the Lord is coming up, and the team Metaru has a pretty good advantage right here, taking the Lord. But let's see if the Mino and Lucas combo can do some miracles out here.
And there it is. The retribution is going to be secured by Ralik. He will get it, not before he falls. Judgment will get the kill. His judgment landing true as he gets that kill with the beautiful SOD. Right now, the Lucas forced to back out, uses the shutdown. But a shutdown coming in by Komala onto Freid Martin. Freid Martin did finally get cooked by the Valentina as he finally gets shut down. I mean, this man was unstoppable until now. Despite all the ups and downs, his KDA was impressive to look at. And with that, the tempo shifting once again. Mm, I forgot the team name for a second, man. 1 second. Yeah, Metaru did get the Lord, but they ended up losing the team fight as that Lord gets chipped down completely. Vishal, what are your thoughts on the itemization of both the teams right now?
If I could get a peek into it.
I mean, like right now, Lucas is going with a War Axe, Queens, and a Hunter Strike. That's his first three items with all that gold he's got for himself.
That's a pretty good item, but I think one of the team members should have a Sky Piercer from the side of ONIC ID. They should have a Sky Piercer. Sky Piercer is an item which should be taken from one side.
But yeah, no one has picked up the Sky Piercer from both the teams. I mean, that is surprising. Normally, you get 300 different Sky Piercers popped up. Each team, each player wants to build their own Sky and snowball. But that's not gonna be what's happening. So yep, let's just see how it goes right now. On the bot side, you might see a possible siege coming in. They will manage to get that Lord, the bot side turret. Chosen One jumps in. Will it be a bait? He does have his flicker. Does not get the set just yet. Goal lead in favor of IND Onyx. And right now, I think the game is at a standstill. Who is going to, what do you think the teams need to, turn this around?
What the team exactly need here is a proper. If you ask me from the side of Onyx IND, what they need is a proper sync, which they have been doing as Valentina copying Kalia's art and picking off their someone who is coming on the front line, be it Joy, be it Kalia himself, or be it Valir or anyone. The Valentina has been doing a pretty good job, but the mistake which they might commit over here is Minotaur forcing out team fights and then losing up the front line would create disaster for Team ONIC IND. What they need right now is to wait for the mistake they commit, and then the Clot can melt out the tank pretty well. The Clot has the ability to melt out the tank, but it all depends on how he does that or how the team creates an opportunity for them.
Exactly. I mean, the longer you drag the game on, the better it's gonna be for both sides. Actually, both sides are gonna be very evenly staged. Maybe Joseph and the Claude will be doing a little better because they have two players on their side who can scale. But you can't leave the Moscow. I think the Moscow is one of the strongest late game marksmen in the game apart from Alela. But the Moscow is way more mobile. So if they don't catch Moscow out, I think he's gonna be their win condition.
Yeah, Moscow is gonna be the win condition for sure. He did push the mid turret, he pushed the top turret, he pushed the bottom turret as well. Uh, He has that mobility advantage with his SOD.
Yes, sir. And on moving on, there is a massive skirmish on the top side. The Moscow is going to be free hitting right now. There is the Joy with her ultimate, gets stunned up. The SOD will land. He is going to TP right back in. The HP is insanely low, but there is the Gutter with the double kill. Gat easy with the avatar of the Guardian descends upon his opponents, picking up that kill as the Lord is going to be marching down the top side. They will be trying to siege. They will search for the end. Chosen One and team will have to stage a comeback. They have lost their Hilda and the Joy, but it's just them against a Lord. They will be able to stop the Lord for now and hold on, not before they lose every single inhibitor to their name. The gold lead completely tilting into the favor of their opponents as IND Onyx with a 7k gold lead.
I don't think there is a possible comeback opportunity from the side of Metaru, but you never know. Any chance might pop up. But then the team Onyx IND has been doing pretty good job syncing up with Moscow. They know that the Moscow is the one who's gonna carry them on his shoulder, and then they're backing up Moscow pretty decently because Hilda was there to mark Moscow, and that is the mistake which Hilda did at that moment because the Lord was coming. If the Hilda and Joy wouldn't have committed over there, they would have easily defended the Lord without losing three of the inhibitor turrets.
That is true. They went in for a high risk, high reward play, and they took the risk. They did not get rewarded for it. But going on, the game is still not. They're not out of the game just yet. They have a lot more lane clear. They can split the map a little more effectively because it's only the Moscow who can do it on the opponent. But
Yeah,
you have the Claude who can lane clear. You have the Joy who can split push. You have the Hilda who is really mobile. So yeah, as long as they just hold on for the upcoming lords, they can get a game.
it is.
But right now, I mean, look at how how extended Lucas is. Like he could actually be caught out right there, but the opponents don't have vision. But look at the top side. Oh my God, Moscow nearly makes the play, nearly connects the SOD, almost gets the kill before that Lord. But now he's gonna be walking back with his teammates, escorted by the Gutto to safety and towards that Lord. Pri Priyanshu has already started that Lord. Lucas hitting it really fast. Talia dives in with the engage, gets the knock up, gets stunned instead. There is the knockback from the Valir, forcing them to disengage. The ultimate's gonna be used up. The Minoan Fury connects. Priyanshu, who's gonna get the Lord? The Lord is gonna be chipped down just yet. The AOG is gonna connect in there. Lot of knockups coming in, but it's the Moscow who is going to stay in this fight. It's a complete wipeout. IND Onyx have done something insane. They have just wiped out their opponents altogether. The Aether Crystal is going to fall. Chosen One and team are all respawning, and with that, it is game over. IND Onyx might just be the Sky Kings of India, as they had four ults that take them from the sky. You have the SOD that TPs you, you have the Minnow and Fury that's a jump from the sky, and the AOG. So, yes, the Sky Kings with a dominant performance. The MVP coming in from the biggest Sky King himself, Gattizi.
That is it doing the Gatot thing.
I mean, simply got out things, man.
Garo thing and Team Metaru actually failed to do what it was meant to do with its hero pick. That is where the downfall came actually because they won the first turtle, they couldn't carry that advantage with themselves. Whereas the team Onyx IND did look after the mistake and they overcame that thing, and from that phase onward, the game started turning out.
Definitely. And, a really dominant performance coming in from the side of IND Onyx. I mean, apart from the first 3 minutes, they were kind of firmly in control, apart from those few lull moments. In terms of stats, I mean, look at the average team fight performance, man. And nobody has below 60. And Hylos, sorry, not the Hylos, the Gato, the Minotaur, and the Valentine are at 89%. The Cut was at 83, but yeah, that is an insane team fight participation. Meanwhile, on the opposing end, it's only the chosen one, Kalia, who's able to give that response along with Joseph on the mid. So yeah, the numbers do matter. And when you have enough people ganging up on you, the damage just does not count. Because when you're constantly CC'd, how are you going to actually do damage? And that's exactly what IND has done.
Hmm. True indeed, it was a really good match. I hope we get to see more interesting matches in the coming days.
And with that, folks, this was our last game of the day. The round of 32 will be continuing in the upcoming streams. Please stay tuned to Nodwin, the Nodwin tournament. And this is your casters, Vishal and Baldedu, signing off for tonight.
Hmm. Good night.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go. town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. Here we go.
Invincible.